I'm Danny.
And I'm Tiff.
Hey. And this is BossSIS.
I love it. I love it. BossSIS.
Yes.
I love it.
And on today's episode, we are interviewing no other than one of my favorite entrepreneurs, the one, the only, Nish with no niche, okay?
Hey.
Because she is the jack of all trades, period.
I'm outside. And today we're going to take a look at the early phases of entrepreneurship, and we're going to talk about how we're going to turn our passions into paychecks.
Yes, I like that.
I
love
it.
it.
I love it.
Yes.
So this is Tanisha. Tanisha, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do?
Okay.
How did you get started? Tell us whatever you want people to know.
All right. So I'm Nish. I am with Nish Catering. I am the founder, owner.
It's so good.
I am a caterer by night, but I am an HR consultant by day.
Yeah.
So I know it's a little bit of a long stretch between the two. Let's see. How did I get here?
Yes.
Interesting. How did I get to Niche Catering? I'll talk about HR. But let's see. The pandemic. It was the pandemic. Yes. The world was shut down. I was in a house board with my daughter.
All in the house board.
Bored in the house.
Bored in the house.
Board.
Bored in the house and we
in the house board.
Bored in the house and we in the house board.
Bored in the house. You better say it.
Bored.
Bored in the house and we in the house board.
Yes.
Bored in the house and we in the house board.
COVID. So in the house with my daughter, then I just started just trying different things, cooking stuff up, with my friends, giving them food, coming over, trying different things. And then how Niche became Niche, we were in Florida. This was January, no?
And we were in Florida, but you have to make sure you put in that we took the advantage of the $30 plates. That was
yes.
Yo,
we went to Florida every week.
Every week we went to Florida.
The flights during the pandemic.
Yes.
We were in Florida every single week.
Round trip.
We made the best out of it.
Made the best out of it.
Developed the whole business from going to Florida. But go ahead.
Part of it was, one of the things that, although the flights was $30, y'all, we still the ones spending a lot of money.
We were.
And, I'm the one that was like, I'll cook.
Yeah.
I'll cook. Tiff was the one that's like, let's just order out. Nope, I'll cook.
Yeah.
Yep.
So decided to, every time we went down there, we would cook. And then Danny, bestie of Tiffany, decided that she wanted to throw Tiffany a surprise.
And Tanisha's my cousin, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. Tanisha is Danny's cousin.
Yes. Danny decided she wanted to throw her a party. So she was like, all right, I want you to cater it. So I'm like, okay, sounds like a plan. So we throw this beautiful surprise party for Tiffany. Had a great time. If I can recall,
the aesthetics were on a 10.
Yes,
Let's talk about it.
Surprise.
It was COVID, and we made it way out of nowhere.
We did. We had to make it work.
Sure
and we had prime rib, we had stuffed mushrooms, we had crab balls, we had a whole meal, and they all just kept saying Niche. Wait, we had Caesar salad. And we had a homemade, I think that was the first time I made the Caesar salad dressing from scratch. And that was my first time doing it. And
did we have lobster toast?
We did have lobster mac and cheese.
Lobster
mac and cheese.
Yes.
And, so.
They locked me in a room for 24 hours, by the way. They told me I couldn't come out while they made the
Because
food,
Tiffany doesn't know how to let a surprise be a surprise.
No.
We literally had to work around her.
Yes.
Literally. I'm in the car driving around Florida looking for the things that we needed in the middle of a pandemic. But Tiff's like, where are you at? It doesn't matter. I'm outside.
Yes. And you had a team.
And I did.
We all worked
I had
together.
a great team.
We practiced delegation.
Yes.
Everybody had a tag.
Yes. Everybody had a tag.
About some weed. She wasn't even supposed to be.
Mind you, I heard it through the door, though.
But this is what she does. So that night we had an amazing dinner. And I think that night, the next day, people kept encouraging me, why don't you just start a business? Why, what are you doing? Just start something. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a name. I don't have anything. And so I was talking to, all of us were sitting there talking because this is a sisterhood. I will say that, I met Tiffany through Danny. And first, you know, and this was many, many years ago at this point. And so as our friendship developed, you know, I got to sit with Tiffany. You know, she is the business guru, and she spoke a lot of life into a lot of things and told me about a lot of things. I'm like, I don't know. I really didn't know if I could do it.
You did it.
And then Danny is the pusher. Like Tiffany's the calm. Danny is the one like Nish, like, just do it. Like
stop playing.
Just stop playing. Like, why don't you just do it? What do you need? How can we help? And that's the best part about it is how can we help? You don't see that a lot. You don't get that a lot. And so, you know, the encouragement came from both sides. So I was like, all right, I need a name. And so I was talking to Kania Nyambi, who I decided to... Yes. Yes. I was like, oh, that's my marketing strategist. She was like, Nish. And I was like, huh?
Wait, say that again?
Nish.
Nish.
So my name is Tanisha.
I like that. It has a ring
And she
to
was
it.
like, Nish.
I like
that.
that.
And I was like, okay. And she was like, cooking is your niche, and play off of niche.
I love it.
I love it. I like it. So he's like, all right, cool. We were sitting by the pool in Florida.
We literally were
sitting by the pool in Florida.
Cocktail, because that's exactly what we were doing.
That's what we was doing. And that's how Niche became Niche. And from there, it took off. You know, I was nervous at first. I can't lie. I was like, how do I even get this started? I have to create content. I'm not the best at content creating. And I think like my first client was Danny, because Danny hired me to cater Tiffany's birthday.
Yeah.
And so from there we started putting the word out. Yeah, we started putting they started putting the word out.
Started an Instagram page. That's the crazy part. I don't think I actually realized that you hadn't done like a big event before.
No.
Because you couldn't tell me that you weren't a freaking professional. Like, she knew what she was doing. She knew what the people wanted. She knew what they wanted to see, and she came to that.
Let me tell you something.
I didn't think so.
The summer of COVID, we were always doing like barbecues, of course, because we were at home.
Right.
Tanisha made this signature. I'm calling it a signature shrimp burger. The shrimp burger is fresh.
Yo, that shrimp burger. First of all, we haven't even had that in a while. That's number one.
All right.
The shrimp burger.
I owe y'all a shrimp burger.
She tried to get rid of it because it's a lot of prep.
Yes.
And it's a lot of work.
I literally make them from scratch. So I do not use any filler. And I am sorry. She's right.
Top tier. Chef's kiss.
She's right. She's right.
It's so good, y'all.
Everybody's always asking for that to this day. And then the jerk wings. The jerk wings. Those are the two staples.
Those are really your pieces, you know that.
Yes,
those are your thing. That's
they are. I have to bring on. I keep the jerk wings in my profile, but I haven't done the shrimp burgers in a while. But yes,
bring
the
them
jerk
back.
wings.
Yes. I said it first. We said it first on BossSIS.
I'm bringing it back.
Bring them back.
I'm bringing it back.
Shrimp burgers on deck. Yes.
So let's get into your like entrepreneurial journey, right?
Okay.
What's something that you've learned that you didn't know before about yourself and about business? From being an entrepreneur and going into this phase of your life, and just think, like, I'm really curious to know. I can tell you about me, but I want to hear about you.
You know what? I think I actually, and you know, like, that was a hard time. Those years of my life was actually hard that people didn't realize. And I found strength in my cooking, and I poured everything into that. And I think that's what birthed the entrepreneur, is me just taking that and putting everything that I was dealing with and I was going through into my cooking. And then as an entrepreneur, you know, just actually realizing that I can do it, right? I didn't know that was something that I can even step into, that was around. I've been in the corporate world for all my life.
Strength from it?
A lot of strength.
Yeah.
I was in the corporate world for so long, and there's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5. Let me just be clear. There's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5.
Nothing wrong with a 9-to-5, guys. Nothing wrong.
Because there's a lot of benefits that you can get from working a 9-to-5, and honestly, that's part of it. You know, I found my strength in that, even understand the nature of a business. I'm still learning every day. Yeah. Every day I'm still learning the ins and the outs. You have your peaks, you have your valleys.
Absolutely.
And it's important to realize that, like, what you see on social media is not always the truth.
Exactly.
You know, everybody is not always up all the time. What
say
you
it for
see,
the people in the back.
What you see in social media is not always the truth. Everybody is not always at their high point. There are some extreme lows. There are low seasons that we go through. And I think as an entrepreneur, you know, I had to, you know, just really understand that being an entrepreneur still working corporate 9 to 5 and being a mom, being a single parent. I had to pull all of that together. So it all played a part in just forming that business relationship.
How do you handle, I mean, since you are a new entrepreneur and everything, how are you handling that work-life balance? Managing your business and trying to get it to grow, and then you're still a mom. Like, you got stuff going on, and you
an amazing mom and dad.
Shout out.
Thank you.
So how are you managing? What are some things that you can tell the people to help them with that? Because that's a big thing. Like, how do you manage?
Shout out to Naya, by the way.
Hey,
that's her daughter.
That's my baby. Hi, Naya.
Hey, Naya.
So I would say, it definitely is. It's a balance. Because not only am I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm a one-man band most of the time. So what you don't see behind the scenes is the blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I don't have a team yet. By the grace of God, I'm going to grow and I will have a team. I'm slowly, I can always formulate. If I need something, I can always call on somebody to say, hey, I need you to come in.
Right.
I need to help. I have a temporary staff that I can put on call.
I need you to be very clear. You don't have a paid team.
I don't have a paid team.
You have people that support you, though.
Yes.
And that's what BossSIS is about,
Very
guys.
true. Yes. Very true. And when you are a boss
and a sis,
okay, you have that village that is willing to step in
anytime.
Right. You both, like, both of you, when I say that you both are blessings from God, like, I am not saying this because we're here. I'm saying this in general, and I told you both, like, only God brought us here. God brought us to this point.
Amen.
And this was the only way that I was able to grow. And being in this village and being around people that are positive, bring positive energy,
Indeed.
speak life into you, that allows me to speak life into the next person. And so balancing all of that, it's not easy. It is not easy.
Not at
but with the village, with the support, and with God, that's what gets me here.
I love that.
God loves first.
Yeah.
Danny, let me ask you too, because I don't think I've ever asked you this. What do you feel like you've learned from being an entrepreneur so far? What's something that you did? What's a skill that you have now that you did not have prior to becoming an entrepreneur?
It's okay to mess up.
Yeah.
I've had some moments where if something goes wrong, I will flatline in that joint. Like, oh my gosh, it's over. The business is done. I'm gonna die. Like,
yo, she not lying. Yo.
She not lying. Dramatic. You gotta love it though.
I'm like, yo, if you don't get your stuff together,
like,
get yourself together.
Y'all, like, I messed up so bad. And it's like, girl, it can be fixed.
Everything is fixable.
Everything is fixable. And that's a teachable moment.
Agreed. Everything is fixable.
Even with food. I've made mistakes in food. I've had orders where, I had somebody else helping me and I didn't, and this was my fault. I didn't quality check before I let it out the door. And I get a phone call and they're like, oh, this wasn't, and I'm like, oh, like, okay, I gotta fix it. And you know what? My clientele has been amazing that, girl, it's okay. Like, it's fine. I just wanted you to know this for the next time.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I need to come and fix it. Like, it's going, I'm going to go out. I'll be right back. I'm going to go make it. So it's just been, one of the things that you can start over. It's okay. Because with food, it's hard. Critics, like, food, I'm a foodie.
Yes.
That's how I got started. I'm a foodie. And anybody that knows me will know, like, I will critique the heck out of something. It's up love.
Girl, we'll be at a 5-star restaurant and she will call the chef out there and she will like say, chef, this was good, but this could need a little bit more of that. So she is not lying. She is absolutely a critic.
It comes from love, though. But I've never had any negative. I had never had any negative experiences. Right. They appreciate it. Some of them follow me on Instagram now.
They do.
And we get feedback. So it hasn't.
I think we talked about a little bit about that in episode 1. We talked about, business being trial and error. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm glad that you said that. And this is really a learning lesson for all of you guys. Yes. Business is trial and error. If you mess up, you take it as a learning lesson.
Absolutely.
You learn from it. You move on and you grow and you continue to cultivate it. There is no wrong way to do business. No. So I love that you said that, Nish.
Learn as you go.
Yeah.
And what stops you from quitting? Because that, like...
what stops me from quitting? Number one is my daughter.
Hello.
I look at her every day, and every day I'm like, this little girl is expensive. And so
she costs a lot of money.
She costs a lot of money. But also she's watching me.
Right.
Kids will look at your every move. She's seen me cry. She's seen me in my happiest moment. She's seen me in my lowest moment. Sure. And so when on days that I want to give up, like I have to keep moving because I have a legacy that I have to build.
Oh, that's right.
And and we have to know, yes.
I love that.
We have to be there for our children. And this world's not getting any better, and so now more than ever, we have to be that support that our children need. We have to be that example. Indeed. Because what they see on TV and social media is not it. It's not it. And one of the things that I didn't talk about is that she was a part of behind the scenes. I created a wine.
Yeah, girl. Yes, she did.
I created a wine. Yes. And so I created this wine. And the reason why I did it is because I was like, how can I take my business to the next level? And I don't mean to be bougie. I don't want to sell platters, right? Yes, I didn't want to sell platters.
Think outside the box.
So I had to think outside the box. So I wanted to say, like, okay, I know that everything is saturated, right? But what I didn't see was people who had a brand with a wine attached to it. And so I was like, all right, how can I change this up? And so I was like, all right, I want to create a wine. But not only did I want to create a wine, I wanted to be a part and be immersed in that wine process. So I found a winery. I was like, I want to smash the grapes with my feet. And it was like, we don't do that. We don't really do that. So I said, okay,
we're not there yet.
I still want that process. So, I started this process in 2020, at the end of 2020 into 2021. I found a wine brand.
I'm really glad that you didn't smash my wine with your feet. I just want to let you know.
But they say you had to put your foot into it.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we decided to go away from that.
My feet are pretty. OnlyFans.
I know that. I love it. Oh, I love it.
I created 2 wines.
The jack of all trades.
The jack of all trades. I created a wine. Saint Gervais is the wine. And then I have a Barbera. So one was 2021, one was 2022. I have 2 brands.
Yeah. Can you please show the people your bottle?
Yeah, we got to get that.
Should I show the people?
This one up here.
That one right there. Yeah.
You have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had already got this bottle.
We're done that one.
But I have an original that's 2021. And so... that was something that I decided to just take it to the next level. When I say the feedback was amazing, when I would go and I would talk to my clients or prospective clients, and they were like, "Oh, I'm like, oh, you get a complimentary bottle of wine. What kind of wine? Oh, it's Niche wine.
Yes,
yeah. You're Niche. Yes, Niche has a wine.
I love it. And there were like people like loving this wine, guys. Right. I actually can speak to that. There were people like, did you call Niche? Can you tell her we need another bottle? Right. Can you tell her to deliver to us? Yes. We need a bottle. So that just goes to show, guys, like stepping out on faith.
Yes.
Stepping on faith and just stepping out on what you know and what your passion is. Can bring you money.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. Yes. She didn't know nothing about making wine. It was just an idea. It was a concept. But she wasn't afraid to go get it. And I'm so proud of you for that, sis. I'm so
Thank you. BossSIS.
Yes. Okay. That was bossy. I love it.
Real bossy. I love it. Yes. So, Nish, how do we support you? Like, are the shrimp burgers still a thing? Like, can I order some shrimp burgers? Can I order some jerk wings? And how?
Absolutely. You can order whatever you like. Whatever you like.
How do we do it?
Sure. You can follow me on Instagram. That's Niche Events and Catering Services. If you type in Niche, I come right up. I'm the only Niche probably.
I know that.
But yes, that's how you can find me.
One and only.
If you really needed to get to me, send me a private message and then I'll private message you back. Mm-hmm. And then if you need my wine, private message me. Oh, and by the way, I am looking for a great distributor. So if you know someone that is that distributes, that has a distributor business or whatever, please let me know. I want to, I'm looking for some other business ventures. And so if you need me, call me. Also, if you have a business, a small business, large business, and you are just needing to figure out how in the world do I get my HR? How do I get these people together? I need some talent. These employees are acting up. Call Niche. I'm here for you.
I call Niche every day. Every day.
I call her.
Niche, how I do this?
Yes.
Niche, what do I have to do?
Yes.
Listen, I'll do something and she'll be like, you can't do that.
So I have some skin in the game. I've been here doing this for quite some time. And I'm here to help. So if you need me for any of those things, just reach out to me. I'm Niche.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it. This episode was amazing. We talked about just the grit of business for real.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Never giving up.
Making your passion your paycheck.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it only gets better from here. It only gets better from here.
Yep. That's also, real. We talked about the importance of a village and how that village is going to help you grow your business.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Oh, y'all, I'm so excited. Well, thank you guys for joining Boss Sis.
And we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.